sports. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll keep with this wetter weather pattern through today and into your Saturday. Look out for some areas of rain, a possibility at least throughout this morning, with scattered thunderstorms developing, especially after 2 p.m. today, with some heavy downpours and certainly some lightning. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 90 degrees as we head into this evening. A few areas of rain and thunderstorms lingering on, though things should be winding down a bit more as we head into your Saturday morning. Though stray shower can't be ruled out to kick off tomorrow. A mild start to tomorrow with a low of 75 degrees. More scattered thunderstorms for your Saturday afternoon with the high of 89 degrees. Though we should be a little bit drier as we head into Sunday to end out the weekend with just some isolated rain. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Introducing the Fpl Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak.
It is 6 minutes after the hour on a Friday on 92.5 Fox News, right all along. Drew Steele not here on Daybreak today. Mike Opelka usually here around 8:30. I'm taking over the whole damn show, so I'm here. So don't expect much formal formatting. Expect a lot of me sharing my thoughts with you. Jake and I were talking beforehand about how a little freestyle is sometimes a good thing on a Friday. So we are freestyling just a little bit here on Daybreak today. You're always welcome to join the conversation at 239-479-5592, 239-479-5592. So much going on overnight. There's a lot of stuff that everybody's hammering on. Of course, the short-term kick the can down the road. Can we stop saying that, please? We get it. We get it. You're trying to make the average guy understand what happened. The Democrats got a little victory as Mitch McConnell, in the terms used by all the Democrats, the GOP caved. and gave McConnell gave Schumer 3 months. Well, he gave him 3 months in the summer and he didn't do anything with it. So I'm a little upset that this happened, but it's not a shock. Donald Trump really went after Mitch McConnell last night. He was on with Hannity. Donald Trump was on with Sean Hannity on the phone for 40 minutes last night. I want you to think about that. Joe Biden couldn't last 4 minutes in a live phone interview. Donald Trump did 40 minutes, and while I'm sure he had a framework, a shell of what was going to be asked of him, he and Hannity are friends, and he knows he's not going to get hit with anything too hard. He's going to get a lot of softballs that he can hit over the fence, and Donald Trump did that last night. And it was vintage Trump. I'm a big fan of the man's policies, and I hope he gives serious consideration if he's healthy enough to run again in 2024. It's a long way off. We got 3 years to go before the next election. I certainly don't think Joe Biden's going to run. I really don't. I had money that he wasn't going to make the first year. So if he does, I'm going to have to pay off that bet. And then I've got some backup bets that say it's the second year. And don't get me wrong, I don't like Joe Biden as president in any way, shape, or form. I think he's an embarrassment on every level. But Kamala Harris scares the absolute bejesus out of me. And so this is the lesser of two really evils. And I don't know where this goes if that happens. I just want our country to hold together. And to hold together, we need the conservative, small government, don't spend what you don't have thinkers to be tight in lockstep. And yesterday that fractured. 11 members of the GOP, including McConnell, voted to allow the Democrats to get their hands on another 400 plus billion in credit. And it's going to be spent. They're going to spend it. What these guys are trying to do is install programs that can never be taken away. Because once a government program begins, even if it's only a small it never goes away. Look at the Department of Energy, the Department of Education. On this day back in 2001, speaking of history, because I love history, and I know you guys do too. On this day back in 2001, George W. Bush, started the Department of Homeland Security. And think how big that is right now. And is the Homeland secure? If they're really the Department of Homeland Security, shouldn't they be lined up shoulder to shoulder on the southern border, preventing all the people from coming in, stopping all the drugs from coming in that are killing people by the tens of thousands? We're almost 2 million coming in. Yeah, that's how I feel today. This is all starting to bubble over. And we'll talk about it, and you're welcome to weigh in on this too if you have thoughts on the debt ceiling thing. But something else caught my eye this morning. And I would absolutely have brought this up with Drew right out of the blocks if we were doing our usual thing where we hang out on Fridays. On Wednesday of this week, and Jake the Millennial, stop me if Drew brought this up. I don't think he did. On Wednesday of this week, a man fell from the 9th floor of a high-rise in Jersey City, New Jersey. If you don't know Jersey City, it's right across the Hudson River from New York City. And it is it's a little business center that grew up because there's a subway connecting it right to Lower Manhattan and Wall Street. And this happened at like 10:20 Wednesday morning. A guy fell 9 stories from a high-rise in Jersey City, landed on the roof of a black BMW 330i, which was parked right there on the street by the building. 9 stories. Think about it. Almost 1,000 feet. Landed on the roof of the building, and there are pictures of it. There's video of the guy rolling around on the sidewalk. He gets up. He's broken his arm. It's dangling at his side. And he says, what happened? This guy is alive today. He fell 9 stories and lived. And all I can say is, I hope he does something good with his life. I hope he takes stock of the situation and says, I just got a second chance. And trust me, I am the founder and the head minister, the pastor in charge of the First Church of the Second Chance. And I think this is absolutely a miracle. The cops who investigated this say the incident does not involve suspicious circumstances at all. So this guy, well, I guess we'll eventually find out, because I'm sure he's in shock. He's probably stunned. He's probably hospitalized for observation, and they did not give his name. He would not give it to the police, which I thought was absolutely bizarre. 9 stories he fell. 9 stories. First Church of the Second Chance. I have to send this guy a T-shirt from the First Church of the Second Chance to make sure he understands he's getting a second chance. And I don't know if anyone's ever asked this. Jake, have you ever realized you've been given a second chance? Did something happen to you where you realized, oh my goodness, it could have all ended there?
Yeah, actually, there was one time.
Oh, okay. What happened? Can you tell, or is it too embarrassing?
No, it was the day before. I think it was July 3rd, and it was the day, a couple days before I was going to a church camp, and I had never been to a church camp or anything, and it was in Tennessee. I was in Alabama, and so we were shooting off bottle rockets. It was getting dark.
Wait a minute. Wait.
But
this wasn't this year, though.
No, this was a long time ago. I think I was like probably 15 or 16, so a little over 10 years ago. But I was we were riding the 4-wheelers and we were shooting bottle rockets at each other. And the 4-wheeler had a light on it, but it was like, it would get brighter once you rev the engine up. It was, it wasn't the nicest 4-wheeler. But
Right.
it went about 55 miles an hour, and we were going in between this cornfield. So we were going in between the cornfield and dodging bottle rockets that we were shooting at each other. Okay. And I remember coming around a corner and a bottle rocket just kind of like zooming by my face. I could taste it. And then I woke up and there was like a blackout. I hit a telephone pole, probably, and it was wide open. 4-wheeler was going as fast as it could possibly go. I hit a guy line on a telephone pole. I pulled the telephone pole out of the ground. Everything was completely dark, and I was completely knocked out. But it was probably the scariest close to death experience I've ever had. And I remember that my friend's dad was a chiropractor, and he popped my neck back into place and my shoulders and all kinds of stuff. It was a bunch of popping, and it was scary, and my face was all tore up. But I hit this guideline so hard that the motor mounts on the 4-wheeler, they all broke, and the motor was still running, but out of the 4-wheeler.
Huh. And you were totally out. You had a blackout. You were not
out.
present for a short time.
Completely out.
Okay. Now, how old do you think you were when this happened?
15 or probably 14 or 15.
All right. I'm glad you're okay, because you seem okay. Your brain seems okay. Your body probably okay, I hope. And you were lucky that chiropractor dad was there to help you out. Do you realize how lucky you were?
Probably not till after the fact, because here's the thing. And this is what gets me about the whole experience is, if you know anything about a guideline on a telephone pole, it's a metal wire, and they normally have a yellow thing on them to show you, but it didn't. And if I had just been a little bit to the right, it would have caught me in the neck, because where I got hit, I kind of like ducked a little bit, and it hit my face, because my face to this day still has scars from it. But had I just been a little bit off, either to the left or to the right, it probably would have just severed my head completely off, because I was going 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's
with no helmet, no anything.
Not good. And so you were part of the Dukes of Hazzard at this point. You were either Luke Duke, or I don't know what the other one was. You were lucky. So how have you changed your life? You realize you came this close, and I'm holding my fingers about a centimeter apart. You came this close to checking out. How have you changed your life?
I went to church camp like the day after,
Good.
I did.
Did Did you tell that story at church camp?
I had to, because everyone saw my face. My face was pretty tore up. And,
Good.
like, you know, I would have to start off the conversation with, I'm okay. You know?
Well, welcome to the first church of the second chance. And everyone deserves a second chance. I believe that. And I also believe that I think you have to be old enough to understand how close you came to death to fully grasp the importance of the opportunities we've all been given. And I'll share mine. I have a story that happened to me when I was a young adult. I was 22 years old. And to this day, maybe I was 21. No, I think I was 22. And to this day, I'm still reminded of it. And I still have a lesson that I carry. And if you've got a moment, did you get a second chance? Is there something? I've got a lot to talk about all the government stuff. And there's great clips of Biden being an absolute bumbling, mumbling, fumbling idiot. And I'll share those, plus some great Trump clips, plus a couple other things we have to point out. Journalism happened at CNN. I know it doesn't happen that often, but it happened. And we'll cover that. But if you want to share a second chance moment, like the guy who fell 9 floors onto the roof of a BMW, got a broken arm, and basically walked away, but they put him in an ambulance for observation. Did you get a second chance? I'll tell my story, too, a little bit later. 239-479-5592. It's a Friday. All the belts are removed. All the restraints are released. We're able to talk about anything because Drew's not here today. It's Daybreak without Drew Steele. Mike Opelka with you on 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Good Friday morning, Southwest Florida. Things pretty smooth sailing in Lee County. 75 looking very nice for this time of day. College Parkway, though, I am seeing a little bit of a congestion spot heading eastbound. So if you are in that area, just factor in a few more minutes to your morning drive. As well as near the Midpoint Bridge, Somerset Drive this time of day always starts to get a little hairy. Heading northbound, but especially southbound is going to be your main trouble spot there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another day featuring more scattered areas of rain and thunderstorms. A few showers will remain possible throughout this morning, but the better chance for storms will come after about 2 p.m. today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures topping off near about 90 degrees. We keep with a few areas of rain and thunderstorms into the early evening hours and perhaps even after sunset. Things winding down as we head into tonight with a low of 75 degrees as we kick off your Saturday. More scattered storms for tomorrow with the high of 89 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk announces the electric car maker is moving its headquarters from California to Austin, Texas. The company will keep its factory, though, in Fremont, California. The Wall Street Journal reports supply chain problems are growing for U.S. food companies. That, plus rising labor and transportation problems, are leading major companies like ConAgra and PepsiCo to boost prices. Supply chain shortages also hitting a big holiday item. Christmas trees. The American Christmas Tree Association says the shortages and months of droughts mean stores will have fewer trees to sell this year. And stocks rallied as investors welcomed progress on averting the debt limit crisis. The Dow jumped 338 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments
adjustments 7 days a week, no charge.
Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful.
With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with yet another interesting Florida fact. This week, the Biden administration authorized the FBI to investigate parents who are protesting school boards. This is absurd. I have sympathy for elected officials who are truly threatened with bodily harm. However, dispatching the FBI to investigate parents is a far greater threat to our constitutional rights. Florida has 67 school districts. They are governed by elected school board members who set classroom policy. When parents want a policy change, they should protest the school board. And these days, there are plenty of reasons to do so. Vaccine and mask policies, critical race theories, boys playing girls' sports and using girls' bathroom, stopping parents from having more school choice. With conservatives in charge, your right to protest school boards will always be protected. Florida, no income tax, protecting parents' rights. Let's keep it that way. Paid by Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
It is daybreak. Sans Drew Steele, Mike Opelka in for my buddy Drew Steele. And we were talking earlier about second chances, and Jake just shared his story. I'll share mine a little bit. We don't have a lot of time here. Drew, I wonder how many times Drew says, Opelka almost got me killed. I haven't even begun to start that campaign. I haven't even started, Drew Steele. So one of these days, one of these trips, one of these CPAC adventures, you'll find out just how close to the edge we can get. We have a lot to talk about. There's a story out of Denver, Colorado that irritates me, and it relates to a lot of us. It's a story about restricting people from getting transplants if they don't have the vaccine. It's a really irritating story, and I'll bring our friend, attorney, author Wendy Patrick in to discuss it. You're always welcome to join the conversation here. The number 239-479-5592. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak with Opelka in for Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Stop. Don't purchase any diamonds, jewelry, or engagement rings until you come to Duncan's Diamonds. We are not your typical jewelry store. Here are a few reasons. Family owned. Stuart Duncan and his family have been involved in the wholesale diamond business for nearly a century. No middleman. We are direct diamond importers, offering prices 30 to 40% lower than the rest, passing all those savings to you. No pressure. We are not paid on commission. We are here to help you even if you do not purchase from us, and to make sure you are happy. The largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to millions of jewelry styles, and that is up to 30 times what you find in an ordinary jewelry store. Free services, like clean and check whether you purchased from us or not. Don't take our word from a radio ad. Visit Duncan's Diamonds. We will prove we will not be undersold anywhere, anytime, by anybody. Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. So, 82% of you listening will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. 82% of you will note that if you're hiring, ZipRecruiter finds qualified people for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And 82% of you will remember that you can try ZipRecruiter for free. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You have helped build MyPillow into the incredible company it is today. They're giving back by sharing great discounts on MyPillow products by going to MyPillow.com right now and clicking on the Radio Listeners Special square. Save up to 66% off on products like their pillows and Giza sheets, but also new products like their slippers, weighted blankets, and waffle blankets. All of MyPillow products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Enter promo code ICON.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Senate votes to raise the nation's borrowing limit into December, avoiding possible debt default this month when the House passes it on Tuesday.
Republican leader Mitch McConnell and 10 other GOP senators helped overcome a filibuster. McConnell proposed a short-term debt limit fix after Republicans blocked a longer debt limit suspension, setting up another likely debt limit showdown later this year.
Fox's Jared Halpern. The 2021 Nobel Peace Prize is shared by journalist Dmitry Muratov in Russia and Maria Ressa in the Philippines. The Nobel Committee praising their fight for freedom of expression. And President Biden's restoring land to 2 national monuments in Utah and a marine conservation area in New England.
The decision reverses the Trump administration's effort to downsize them. The former president cut millions of acres from the monuments, saying rules against mining and other energy production on them were a massive land grab.
Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning, Southwest Florida. Things pretty smooth sailing in Lee County. 75 looking very nice for this time of day. College Parkway, though, I am seeing a little bit of a congestion spot heading eastbound. So if you are in that area, just factor in a few more minutes to your morning drive, as well as near the Midpoint Bridge. Somerset Drive this time of day always starts to get a little hairy. Heading northbound, but especially southbound is going to be your main trouble spot there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll keep with this wetter weather pattern through today and into your Saturday. Look out for some areas of rain, a possibility at least throughout this morning, with scattered thunderstorms developing, especially after 2 p.m. today, with some heavy downpours and certainly some lightning. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 90 degrees as we head into this evening. A few areas of rain and thunderstorms lingering on, though things should be winding down a bit more as we head into your Saturday morning. A stray shower can't be ruled out to kick off tomorrow. A mild start tomorrow with a low of 75 degrees, more scattered thunderstorms for your Saturday afternoon with the high of 89 degrees, though we should be a little bit drier as we head into Sunday to end out the weekend with just some isolated rain. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News, and we've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, "If you have any trouble, just call Poppy." Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Attention Medicare recipients. My name is Todd Van Owen. I live, work, play, and volunteer here in our community. New to Medicare, the area, have questions about Medicare Advantage plans, supplements, prescription drug coverage? Need a primary care doctor or specialist? Call me, Todd, 896-3100. Unlike football and TV personalities claiming to know Medicare, I've got over 20 years of local experience educating and enrolling folks in Medicare plans. Call me, Todd, at 896-3100. That's 896-3100.
You finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question, but more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
COVID is spiking again, and it's just not clear how to keep your family safe. Fever is the leading symptom of COVID, and the only way to reliably detect it is with an accurate thermometer. Be vigilant and be accurate with the Exergen Temporal Scanner, whose accuracy has been proven in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They are proven to be inaccurate and will not reliably detect a fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Joe Biden wants one of the biggest tax increases ever. Now, experts warn these massive tax increases will wreck the economy. This week, Sean Spicer and Lindsay Keith warn of Biden's tax madness. Each week, Spicer & Company talks to the experts so you can protect your money. Watch Sean Spicer every evening on Newsmax. Find it on every major cable system, most streaming services, or download the smartphone app now. Watch Spicer & Company and Newsmax for the news you need to know.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It is 23 minutes before 7 o'clock. Mike Opelka in for Drew on Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News right all along. I have so many things to get to today. I'm going to try and limit my blathering because there are really important issues out there. And we'll get to Hannity interviewing Trump last night, but that's getting a lot of attention. It was really great. I still go back to my statement. 40 minutes with Donald Trump off the cuff, and you know Joe Biden couldn't do 4. Might not do 40 seconds without an incoherent moment. Just saying, just throwing that out there because I really can't believe this guy is our president and we have to suffer through the remaining 3 years and the inflation and the embarrassment worldwide and the lack of appreciation for all the gifts this country has and the attempts at social engineering, which we know never works. We watch central planners destroy the people of the Soviet Union and East Germany. I could go on and on and on, but I won't. There was something that happened over the last week in Colorado, in Denver, Colorado, where a woman has been waiting for a transplant. She needs a kidney in the worst way, really in the worst way. She's like level 5 out of 5. And she gets a donor, and the two of them are scheduled to go in and get surgery, but neither one of them is vaccinated because they are conscientious objectors. And the hospital pulled the rug out from under them, pulled the plug on this moment. So I've asked a legal expert because I want to know how can this be done? Really, how can this happen? So I brought our friend Wendy Patrick in here. Wendy is an author. She's an attorney, a prosecutor actually, and somebody I go to in situations like this. If you want to know more, you can follow her on Twitter, social media, always a great place. Wendy Patrick, I appreciate you being here early. Welcome, my friend.
Oh, always a pleasure to join you, Mike.
I am thrilled you're here because there are a couple of stories that I read that had me banging my head against the desk going, no, how can this be? This is insane. This is stupid. This makes no stinking sense. And I figured you could tell me if they're A, legal, B, or going to trigger some legal arguments, or maybe spark an entire new arena of law that's going. We've already talked over the course of the last nearly 2 years that COVID is creating a whole new arena for litigation. And I don't think we've even got our big toe in the pool of litigation options that COVID has caused. Have you seen anything that stands out to you as the most likely lion's share of litigation as relates to COVID?
You know, there's so many different kinds of cases, Mike. We've seen everything from students not being admitted to the schools of their choice, to healthcare workers being fired, to organ transplant refusals because somebody isn't vaccinated, to penalizing through healthcare costs if you live with someone that's unvaccinated. I mean, this thing is going from the classroom to the courtroom, from the emergency room to the courtroom, from the boardroom to the courtroom, where these corporate decisions are made, that our courts are going to be clogged with this litigation. There are so many fascinating, only a lawyer could describe it that way, fascinating cases that are going to be making their way through the system. I have long said this is destined for the Supreme Court to start making some decisions here. But I can say that generally, each one of these fact patterns is so unique, Mike. We are just seeing the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the COVID-related litigation we're going to see over the course of the next year.
You know, that's so fascinating that there's no umbrella that you could put over all of these cases because they all have, as you said, such a different fact pattern, such a variety of grievances and justifications. So it really is unique. Let's talk about one that you did mention, and that's in Colorado, where the two women were rejected, and they had been scheduled to have one woman donate a kidney to the other woman who desperately needs a kidney. I think she's on like the stage 5 level of the kidney transplant list. She really needs this kidney, but the hospital is saying, we're not going to do it. And I think, was it because they both had religious exemptions or claimed religious exemptions?
Well, I hate to say that part of the rationale that hospitals are using in terms of denying any type of an organ transplant has to do with what we often call crisis care. And when you look at organ transplants, regardless of who has what exemption, that's different because exemptions are for generally being able to say, look, I'm not going to get the vaccine for this reason, but instead I will test every week. And, there are workarounds and reasonable accommodations. But when you're refusing a transplant, that is a very unique area of healthcare. And you're looking not so much, do you have COVID and how can you prove you do or don't have it, but what are your chances of survival post-transplant if you catch it and you're unvaccinated? So the calculation is different with organ transplants. And let me give you some, I always argue both sides. Obviously, you can see the equities of refusing a transplant. That's outrageous. It's disturbing. It could be discriminatory. You look at all those areas, which are, I agree, are ripe for argument. But here's the other side of the coin. Transplant patients already have to refrain from doing certain things to be eligible. Sometimes it is you can't smoke, you can't drink, you have to, make sure you are or aren't taking certain medications in order to make sure that organ isn't rejected. Now, if you are unvaccinated and let's say you're already, compromised, that's probably why you're getting an organ transplant, would there be an additional argument that COVID could kill you if you aren't taking, the right precautions? So you see how different this is, Mike, from so many of the fact patterns that we often talk about regarding is it fair, is it not, if you do or don't get vaccinated. Now we're talking about chances of survival and how vaccination might make the difference literally between life and death. It's complicated. I guess I could chalk it up to that, but it's also heartbreaking when you're prioritizing patients based on someone's analysis of what the risks are. How do you ever know?
Yeah, this is so interesting to me because the hospital is essentially arguing a hypothetical. They're denying the access to the transplant to both the donor and the patient based on a hypothetical, which 2 years ago today did not exist. There was no pandemic. There was no COVID, even though maybe it was bubbling over in China, but there was no pandemic here. There was no infection rate across this country. And they're arguing a hypothetical. And couldn't you, as the attorney for the person who needs the transplant and the donor, say, the whole country is not infected. There is an entire chunk of the country that hasn't gotten COVID and is living their lives just fine. And there's a chunk that hasn't been vaccinated. So how dare you? You're arguing a hypothetical. Does the argument like that carry any weight?
Well, it is an argument that it's a hypothetical, but remember they're able to, statistically be able to come up with counter arguments to that type of thing. Now, I'm with you. I think it's a good hypothetical, and we're talking about someone's life. I would also toss in this argument about, wait a minute, COVID is a 99% recoverable disease. If somebody has no underlying condition, then you start getting into the decision making that goes on with these hospitals. Is they have to look at chances of recovery, life expectancy, even whether or not they work as an essential worker. What about people that are in cardiac arrest risk or have severe dementia? So you're looking at which organ is most important, and you're also trying to weigh quantity of life versus quality of life. If you can prolong years, great, but what will the quality of life be like if certain organs fail? You can't say, they have 10 years on life support. That doesn't count against 5 good, healthy years in the workforce. So you see how difficult it gets. It's so easy for us, at a 10,000-foot view to make these calls and make these arguments. But when you are actually in the room with a patient, it becomes very unique, and the risk factors and the equities have to be tailored to that patient. So those are some of the things that will necessarily be at issue if a case like this gets into a courtroom, which it will. Because if you're going to deny somebody a transplant because they're unvaccinated, you bet this is going to go straight from, as we say, the emergency room to the courtroom. I mean, this is one of those calls that, who makes it? Does the hospital administrators make it? Do the doctors make it? If so, which doctor? The cardiac doctor, the transplant doctor? And then how do they make it, Mike? You see how tricky this gets?
Oh, absolutely. And they're bringing in the insurance company lawyers because God forbid something happens to this transplant patient or the donor because the operation goes forward and then they don't survive. Now you've got the potential for the family saying, well, you should have rejected it. You should have told him not to get.
Right.
I see this on every angle. I see it on every angle, Wendy. And I feel for this woman because I have a friend who's been on dialysis for 2 years and just was told, you're going to get your kidneys. You're going to get 2 because you got lucky. And I can't imagine what would happen if that permission, that scheduling was then pulled out from under them. I'm up against the wall and the time here, Wendy. I cannot believe how much fun I have talking to you. Always learn something from my friend Wendy Patrick. That's why you need to go to wendypatrickphd.com, wendypatrickphd.com, or better yet, follow Wendy on Twitter and do it today, would you? Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Mike.
And there she goes. Amazing. Very talented. You've seen her. Wendy's been on all kinds of Fox shows. Hey, Jake, as we're talking about this, the question of organ sales is in the back of my mind. There are people that if you need a kidney, there are people in certain countries around the world that will sell you one of theirs if they've got 2 good ones. It's illegal in this country. You can donate a kidney, but you can't sell one. Where are you on selling organs that you have extras of? Are you a pro organ sales or not?
What's the price? I mean, I guess everything has a price. I mean, it might sound terrible, but I mean, it's my body, my choice. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't think that would.
But if I needed a kidney and you were a match, would you donate?
Would I get? I mean, if it's good enough for Mike Opelka, you can have. What do I have? 2 of them, right? How's this work?
Yeah, you got 2. But a lot of people say I wouldn't give one up because, well, anyway. Where do you stand on this? Should people be allowed to sell one of their organs? It's your organ, isn't it? 239-479-5592. I think this case in Colorado is ridiculous. And I don't think that would ever happen here in Florida. Thank God. 239-479-5592. I have thoughts on whether or not we should be allowed to sell our organs. We'll discuss just around the corner. It's Daybreak without Drew Steele. Opelka in for Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Happy Friday, everyone. Taking a look up in Charlotte County, things looking very smooth, 41 and 75. Both nothing much to talk about there. Up in Port Charlotte, Peachland Boulevard and Veterans Boulevard, always going to be a little hairy for this time of day. So right now is no normal. Just factor a little bit of extra time if you are headed that way. Most activity I'm seeing in Port Charlotte, though. Presque Isle heading southbound and then Quesada Avenue heading westbound. Those are really the only 2 areas I see any congestion. So if you are headed that way, just expect that. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another day featuring more scattered areas of rain and thunderstorms. A few showers remain possible throughout this morning, but the better chance for storms will come after about 2 p.m. today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures topping off near about 90 degrees. We keep with a few areas of rain and thunderstorms into the early evening hours and perhaps even after sunset. Things winding down as we head into tonight with a low of 75 degrees as we kick off your Saturday. More scattered storms for tomorrow with the high of 89 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Want to work with the best pros in the HVAC industry? You just might be a match for our team. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating is seeking trustworthy, friendly individuals who want a rewarding career helping people. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training and professional development. Join our team. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time, or you don't pay in time. Always on time, or you don't pay in time.
An equal opportunity employer.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
I'm Lois Tomey from Wink. As Wink continues the fight to feed hungry families, we also focus on our culinary community. It's our yearly celebration, Wink Taste of the Town. Good food for a good cause. This year, dozens of local restaurants will fill Centennial Park November 6th and 7th. Tempting treats, tasty tipples, live music, and family fun. Will your restaurant be part of this tasteful tradition? Sign up at tasteofthetown.net. Wink feeds families of all kinds. Wink Taste of the Town. It's all in good taste.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It is just about 5 minutes before 7 o'clock. Mike Opelka with you on Daybreak. Drew Steele's got a day off. I think he's working on the honeydew list. And by the way, Buck Sexton, personal friend, old friend from our days at the Blaze. This Buck and Clay show, check it out. Just trust me on this. Check it out. It's different, it's smart, and it's funny. And that's just about everything I look for in a radio show. And everything I attempt. It doesn't always work that way. We were talking about that story out of Colorado where the woman and her friend, who is a transplant donor, were denied the operation because they're not vaccinated, and the hospital won't let them. And this woman's been waiting for years to get a kidney, and now, because of the COVID, the hospital is saying, "Oh, you have to be vaccinated." Or, well, there are people still getting COVID. Hello. Even though they're vaccinated. Although yesterday, Joe Biden, when he was in Chicago, my old hometown, embarrassed me to no end. Joe Biden talking about how people who are vaccinated can't transmit the virus. Then why are you making people wear masks? It doesn't make any sense. It's about control. It really is about control. But in the topic of selling organs, I know that if a loved one of mine needed one, I would happily donate. And you have all the great examples of people who said, you know, my wife, my husband needed a kidney. I donated. My baby needed a liver, so they gave a slice of the liver, and it can grow. That's just the miracle to me. But would I sell it? I don't think I would. I don't believe I would. Now, Jake has said, yeah, what's the price? And that's always the question, isn't it? As I say, I don't think I would. Then someone comes in and says, okay, I'm a bazillionaire. I need a kidney or I'm not going to make it. You've got two. I'll give you $1 billion for one. I might have a moment. Because think of every little bit of good you could do with that $1 billion. And then I wonder if the government would tax it. I wonder.
But what if they were to buy it and put it in a jar?
Well, could I come visit it?
I don't know.
What a ridiculous but also probable question. Some whack job's got more money than sense, wants to buy body parts and put them on display in his house. Yeah, I think you're making me think twice about this, Jake. It's Michael Opelka in for Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along and a little bit crazy.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Before you go to bed at night, Dan Bongino makes sure you hear things right.
And what appears to have been a coup by Mark Milley and Nancy Pelosi. And Nancy Pelosi, how she has not gotten more scrutiny here outside of this show and others is stunning.
End your night the right way with Dan Bongino. Tonight from 10 to 1 on the only one for Southwest Florida's best talk. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Health insurance. We all hate it, but we have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey here, and as an insurance executive for the past 10 years, I now host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I explain everything you need to know about the health insurance industry and show you all how to save money. For more information, tune in this Saturday at 11 or call now for a free quote at 239-633-3140 or online at tylermccluskey.com.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
400 million shots. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The U.S. about to hit that number of COVID vaccine doses jabbed into arms. More than 3/4 of Americans 12 and older have had at least one dose.
Look, I know that vaccination requirements are tough medicine. Unpopular with some, politics for others, but they're life-saving.
Which President Biden says is worth those who don't comply losing jobs. He was in Illinois supporting companies with vaccine mandates.
I look forward to more businesses joining that effort.
Now in Florida, led by Republicans, is a pushback on a different kind of COVID mandate. Fox's Evan Brown live in Broward County.
Yeah, Dave, Florida's state education officials will be penalizing 8 county school districts following a vote Thursday for their forcing students to wear masks against the orders of Governor Ron DeSantis. One of those districts is Miami-Dade. Alberto Carvalho is the superintendent.
The law allows parents to make decisions about their own child, but does not afford the right to harm another.
Though the state now says they can and will withhold funding from these districts. Earlier this week, the state docked the Broward County school system more than $420,000, Dave.
Evan, the Senate voted last night to raise the debt limit, nearly $500 billion, enough to get us to December.
Republicans played a dangerous and risky partisan game.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Now, some Republicans are not happy with the deal the House will vote on Tuesday. Senator Lindsey Graham tells Fox.
We had a process in place. We made a promise for 2 months that we would make them do it without our help, and we folded, and I hate that.
Two journalists are sharing the Nobel Peace Prize handed out this morning. Maria Ressa, who operates a news site in the Philippines, and Dmitry Muratov, editor of an independent newspaper in Russia. They were honored for their work safeguarding freedom of expression. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. I do have a new crash popping out in Lee County on Alabama Road and State Road 82. There are no injuries, so that's always good. But I am seeing a lot of delays heading southbound on Alabama. It's very much in the red, so if you are heading down southbound on Alabama towards State Road 82, expect a significant delay there. Also, speaking of delays, Colonial Boulevard in Lee County pretty much all the way heading westbound, just going to be a little backed up throughout all the way, I would say, from Gunnery Road till you get to about 75. So expect some major wait times if you are on that road this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll keep with this wetter weather pattern through today and into your Saturday. Look out for some areas of rain, a possibility at least throughout this morning, with scattered thunderstorms developing, especially after 2 p.m. today, with some heavy downpours and certainly some lightning. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 90 degrees as we head into this evening. A few areas of rain and thunderstorms lingering on, though things should be winding down a bit more as we head into your Saturday morning. Though straight shower can't be ruled out to kick off tomorrow. A mild start tomorrow with a low of 75 degrees, more scattered thunderstorms for your Saturday afternoon with the high of 89 degrees, though we should be a little bit drier as we head into Sunday to end out the weekend with just some isolated rain. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to TrulyNolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY. From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak.
It is Daybreak. It's not Drew Steele today. It's Mike Opelka, your buddy Mike Opelka, sitting in for Drew, trying to get to everything. There is just so darn much. So darn much. I'm trying to post the link to listen to some of our friends on the Twitter, because we have pals out there on Twitter checking us out, which is great. Be nice to be in Southwest Florida, but, you know, not everybody is that lucky, that blessed. Friday. Where do we go? Yes, you know about the debt ceiling deal. Yes, you know that those of us who want less spending, less focus on a cradle to grave government addiction are not happy about it. But we have some time. We have 3 months to figure out how to blunt it. And I don't know if it's possible. Lindsey Graham was really ticked off about it last night. Rightly so. Donald Trump really ticked off about it last night. Donald Trump was on with Sean Hannity, as I've said, 40 minutes, and able to pretty much tell everybody that there's a huge difference between him and Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe. The former president was not pleased with Mitch McConnell and the deal that was struck to give away all of this debt ceiling expansion to the Democrats. They could have done it on their own. But I guess we did this for press, for PR. Absolutely. Just some interesting things we'll play from this, because there was a whole bunch of discussion yesterday with Hannity and Trump going back and forth on things. And one of the things that caught my attention was something Donald Trump said about the departure from Afghanistan, which still makes me really angry, how we left Afghanistan, what we did and did not do. And it's one of the things that Biden is underwater on this in the polls. And now we are hearing that pop-up gun shops are happening all over Afghanistan. And they're selling the arms that we left, that we handed over, basically, to the Taliban. It's just an embarrassment. Donald Trump on last night with Sean Hannity.
That no American was killed. They understood exactly. And they also understood we were getting out, and they had conditions. They didn't fulfill those conditions, so we hit them hard, and we stayed longer, and we were getting ready to move. And I said, I want every bolt. I want every nail. I want every screw. I want those buildings, those beautiful canvas buildings that we build as hangars. I want the buildings taken out. I want the canvas. I want the airplanes. I want the tanks. I want every single piece of equipment we have. And then we were going to bomb 5 airfields, and we were going to keep Bagram because it's right next to China. In fact, it's right next to very close to their nuclear facility. It would have been great to keep it. It cost $10 billion to build it.
You and I spent $10 billion to build an incredible airport. Huge. Big enough it had several restaurants inside because so many thousands of people were at Bagram. And we just handed it over. We paid $10 billion for it, but that's not the most irritating, aggravating thing.
That we left with the lights on. They left the lights on. They left the dogs there. They didn't destroy the equipment. They didn't take the equipment out. They said they destroyed some equipment because they were so embarrassed that they left without the equipment.
Now, I want to go back to that, but former President Trump talked about leaving dogs. And we did. We left dogs. We left loyal servants that helped us in our 20-year war against the Taliban, who we're now sucking up to, and their buddies Al-Qaeda, and they're reforming a terrorist nest in that godforsaken country. Mitt Romney had to face allegations that he had a dog in a crate on a roof of a car on a vacation for a brief period of time, and the cable news network, CNN and MSNBC, went apoplectic, absolutely crazy about it. We left how many dogs? I don't know, dozens of partners. These are partners to soldiers. We left them in crates, and God knows where they are today. These incompetent people that are running this government right now. It's a kakistocracy. That's government by the worst possible people. and they fulfill every bit of the definition of that word. But now we talk about the military equipment.
So embarrassed that they left without the equipment. $85 billion. Nobody knows what that is. $85 billion worth of equipment. The entire budget, military budget of Russia for a year is $50 billion.
Wow.
And we left $85 billion worth of equipment in the hands of the Taliban.
So Hannity went on with Donald Trump 40 minutes. It was an amazing discussion between those two. And I know a lot of people, all your friends on the left are going, Hannity's just a butt kisser. No. He believes in smaller government, in strong America. He believes in this country. He believes in personal responsibility. He believes all those things. I know this. I know Sean personally. But the fact that Donald Trump could hold forth for 40 minutes in a live conversation when Joe Biden couldn't do 4 minutes is the stark contrast between the two. And I tell you, it's the reason why Joe Biden's poll numbers are so low, because the people are catching on. Yesterday, Biden's in Chicago, my old hometown. What an embarrassment. What a disaster. It's such a war zone in Chicago. They have a website that posts how many people were shot and killed over the weekend every week. And they give you a ranking of how bloody that week was. If you want to see it, the website's called HeyJackass.com. Not kidding. It's a very, very active website, HeyJackass.com, if you want to see it. So Joe Biden goes to Chicago to sell his big spending program and more vaccinations, which, it's your choice whether or not you want to be vaccinated. I am. I did the research. I read the data. I talked to my doctor. It sounded like the right thing for me, so I did it. Did I have any complications or problems? No. Have there been? Yeah. Anytime no vaccine is 100% safe. Not any one of them. And when you give a couple 100 million shots, guess what? You're going to have moments or people who are affected differently by it. We need to know everything about it, but let's understand. This isn't like the Tuskegee experiment. This was an actual well-intentioned move to try and save lives. And you should have the right to choose whether or not you can get vaccinated. You. And now in terms of the kids getting vaccinated, I know I'll get back to the Biden mess in Chicago. While I was on that subject, I wanted to get to that. Vaccinations and masks for children. First of all, on the mask level, the UK, Iceland, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Switzerland, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium, 12 and under, Russia, Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, and most of South America. Masking children is not mandatory. What do they know that we don't? I'm just saying, just putting that out there. All right, back to Joe Biden in Chicago, in my old hometown. He walks up. He's in a hall with a bunch of union people because Joe Biden thinks we're going to get back to the unionization of all American labor. We're not. It's still at about 10% of the workforce because people like their individual freedoms. And unions are outmoded. They were valuable in some arenas, but the way that they're going at this, they think it's 1940 again. It's not. So there's Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. walking up to the podium in Chicago where Mayor Lori Lightfoot is presiding. Lori Lightfoot. I want you to remember that she is the mayor of Chicago. Lori Lightfoot.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Wait, what? Joe walks up to he's just been introduced by Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Thanks for the passport into town. I tell you, every time I come to the greater Chicago area, there's somebody I want to steal and bring back to Washington, Gov.
Gov? Are you talking the mayor or the governor? This guy is not connected. The circuits aren't firing. And then this clip from earlier, I know this is just mystifying.
Now, if I can digress for just a second, last night I was on the television.
Last night you were on the television? No, you weren't. You weren't on television, nor were you on the television. You were on the telephone.
On the telephone.
His staff has got to be freaking out. Every time he drifts from the script, they just all the sphincters tighten up and they go, oh no, just read the damn script. You can't even do that. There's an embarrassing block of blathering I have to share with you, and we'll do it just around the corner. You want to join the conversation today? It's a Friday. It's kind of a freestyle Friday. I have a couple other things I need to talk about and vent my spleen and share my anger and frustration and all of the thoughts that I have about this guy in office and how they're trying to spend us into a socialist dependency, which, believe it or not, the kids don't want. Maybe the seniors do. I'm approaching that seniorhood. I don't want it. I want freedom. 239-479-5592, 239-479-5592. And Jake reminded me, I will explain. Yes, I will explain my second chance moment. And I'll get to some of your texts. So many texts coming in. Talker text 239-479-5592. It's Mike Opelka on 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Few delays I'm seeing out of Collier County, Immokalee Road near Gulf Coast High School and Laurel Oak Elementary. This could be your typical school traffic because I'm not hearing about any incidents. But if you are heading east or westbound on Immokalee Road in that area, we're definitely seeing significant delays even into the red. So expect some significant slowdowns. Collier heading southbound from that direction, also seeing some significant delays, as well as 41 heading south towards downtown Naples and Golden Gate Parkway, that area seeing some slowdowns as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another day featuring more scattered areas of rain and thunderstorms. A few showers remain possible throughout this morning, but the better chance for storms will come after about 2 p.m. today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures topping off near about 90 degrees. We keep with a few areas of rain and thunderstorms into the early evening hours and perhaps even after sunset. Things winding down as we head into tonight with a low of 75 degrees as we kick off your Saturday. More scattered storms for tomorrow with the high of 89 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available, and 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Hey, this is Papa with a special message. God bless America. I moved our family here in 1986 from Texas. I was brought up with the old-fashioned conservative values. Be honest, tell the truth, do a good job. Hopefully my three sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, will continue our family business with these same old-fashioned values. If you do call for our free inspection, we'll be honest and show you the facts. If you don't need a new roof, we'll tell you. If you only need some repairs and want your roof to look new and beautiful, we'll do that too, and we'll make it affordable. Many of our customers are snowbirds, and many have told us that they want to move here permanently because of the sad state of affairs in their cities. We love Southwest Florida, and thanks to you, we have a good business. Call me for a free inspection, and we will be on time, and we'll do a good job. Call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We love the good old USA. License number CCC 1326213.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It is daybreak. Sans Steele, Mike Opelka in for my friend Drew Steele. I'm usually here about an hour from now, and Drew and I just toss it around a little bit, but I'm here today. And trying to get to all the news of the day. Yeah, I'm burned about the debt ceiling. I didn't want to give an inch. I really didn't. And there must be some internal polling that indicates that the Democrats were benefiting from blaming the Republicans on that. That's the only reason why I can think that that group caved. And that is the word du jour. That's the word the Democrats are using to describe what happened in that vote where 11 Republicans voted to allow 400 plus billion more in our credit limit, which the Democrats will spend by December, I guarantee you. And then they'll make everyone panic because Christmas is coming. And there won't be any Christmas presents because of the supply chain shortage. And all that's really because of China. Seriously, this is all China's plan. I believe all of it. China's trying to squeeze us via health, via economy, via our addiction to cheap stuff from them. And now they're trying to keep us distracted while they take over Taiwan. We've had troops in Taiwan for a year now, trying to help the Taiwanese military prepare for a war with China. I wonder how quickly that's going to happen. I think China is just going to keep moving. They were not supposed to take back Hong Kong for another 25 years. So it's like 20 years now. They don't care. They're just violating their agreements. A couple of things on the Twitter, because we only have a short break here. Patrick in Fort Myers writes, what about the case where the man was hospitalized with COVID was declining? Yeah, he was on a ventilator. Family wanted to try ivermectin. The hospital said no. And even though the family doctor wanted it, prescribed it, a judge ordered the hospital to allow it. A hospital again refused. The family appealed. But by the time that court case was being heard, the patient died. This is one of those cases that will go to a civil suit, I'm pretty sure. Rose is regular, and she's always welcome on the show. Rose said, Mike, I would donate an organ to a family member, but I would sell it to a stranger. We're talking about the case where the Denver woman was denied the right to have the organ transplant, even though she's been on the list for quite some time. But the hospital didn't want to allow it to happen because she wasn't vaccinated. Someone said, what if it was an anonymous person? Said, what if it was an illegal immigrant that needed an organ? Well, I'd review every case. Who is the person? How badly do they need it? And I don't understand this one, but why not so strict on border COVID? We should be strict on border COVID. We should be testing everyone that comes across that border. Anyone who comes in. I need to look at the Nobel Peace Prize winner. The Nobel Peace Prize was given today, and it should have been Trump, but that's just me. I have to make a decision on how I feel about this. It's 27 minutes after the hour. It's Mike Opelka in for Drew Steele, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Ty Lassiter here, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Keeping your home and business cool is a struggle, but now you can be the insider on how it all works and how to keep it running when the heat is on. Join Matt and Justin from Island Air right here on Saturday morning at 5 a.m. for the Island Air Hour, providing quick and effective solutions for commercial and residential air conditioning and heating systems. If you have a question about your system, you can call us right now at 239-747-1550, and we'll be glad to help. Serving Southwest Florida since 1972.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. This year's Nobel Peace Prize is shared by two journalists.
Maria Ressa, who runs an investigative news website in the Philippines, and Dmitry Muratov, who edits an independent newspaper in Russia.
For their efforts to safeguard freedom of expression.
The chair of the Norwegian Nobel Committee, Berit Reiss-Andersen, said democracy and freedom of the press are facing increasingly adverse conditions.
Fox's Simon Owen. Some Florida school districts are losing some state funding for imposing mask mandates for coronavirus protection.
The Florida State Board of Education's approved a plan to deduct an amount equal to a month's pay from school board members in 8 counties. Governor Ron DeSantis has been saying parents should decide if their children will wear a mask to school.
Fox's Joe Nato, the Biden administration has said it would reimburse those sanctions, but Florida's education commissioner says he'll block that. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Few delays I'm seeing out of Collier County, Immokalee Road near Gulf Coast High School and Laurel Oak Elementary. This could be your typical school traffic because I'm not hearing about any incidents. But if you are heading east or westbound on Immokalee Road in that area, we're definitely seeing significant delays even into the red. So expect some significant slowdowns. Collier heading southbound from that direction, also seeing some significant delays, as well as 41 heading south towards downtown Naples and Golden Gate Parkway, that area seeing some slowdowns as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll keep with this wetter weather pattern through today and into your Saturday. Look out for some areas of rain, a possibility at least throughout this morning, with scattered thunderstorms developing, especially after 2 p.m. today, with some heavy downpours and certainly some lightning. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 90 degrees as we head into this evening. A few areas of rain and thunderstorms lingering on, though things should be winding down a bit more as we head into your Saturday morning. Those stray shower can't be ruled out to kick off tomorrow. A mild start tomorrow with a low of 75 degrees, more scattered thunderstorms for your Saturday afternoon with the high of 89 degrees, though we should be a little bit drier as we head into Sunday to end out the weekend with just some isolated rain. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that 200,000 illegal aliens are crossing our border every month? That's like adding a medium-sized American city every single month. That's not a failure, it's an agenda. The Biden administration knows that open borders means more Democrat voters. We aren't losing our country, we're giving it away. But recently I stood beside Governor DeSantis, right here in Lee County, as he announced his plan to fully mobilize all state resources to fight this illegal invasion. He issued an executive order to cut off state support for resettlement of illegals. He ordered a review of compliance with E-Verify and directed our law enforcement to detain any vehicles transporting illegals. America is a nation of immigrants, but it's also a nation of laws, and Florida has a zero-tolerance policy for those who disregard our laws and disrespect our sovereignty. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to stand with the governor to fight back against the Biden border crisis. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
In case you're wondering, World Smile Day is in October, but at Closet Factory, we're celebrating all month because along with time, space, and peace, smiles are our specialty. We make sure some space in your world is put together, stylish, like all is right, and according to Smile Science, is a feeling that makes people smile. Know what else does? $250 in free accessories with any new storage solution from Closet Factory. All smiling October long at Closet Factory and ClosetFactory.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
7:36 on Daybreak. Mike Opelka in for Drew Steele. Today, Drew will be back Monday. Happy to be here. Thrilled to be here. Love this audience. Always very active. Some very interesting texts coming in. We'll get to them, but voice calls, actual phone calls get priority on this program at 239-479-5592. 239-479-5592. A little bit ago, we were talking about the Colorado hospital that denied a kidney transplant to a woman and her donor because neither one of them is vaccinated. They claimed a religious exemption. So now they're in a bad way, and we talked about the ethics of it. And we also speculated about should you be allowed to sell a kidney or any organ that you could sell if somebody needed it. And Mike is calling from Cape Coral. Mike, welcome to the program. Do I understand this correctly? You have had a kidney transplant?
It was actually a kidney and pancreas transplant, dual transplant, 2008 in Tampa General. I got almost years out of the kidney. It was literally doomed from the get-go with chronic rejection due to prograft toxicity, the main anti-rejection. But anyway, the point I want to make is I can kind of see where the decision in Colorado was made because of the simple fact, once you're transplanted, in order for your body not to reject it, you got to be severely immunosuppressed. And so, and these are prograft and tacrolimus. And matter of fact, when you get back from the hospital after receiving a transplant, for about 6 months, if you're going to go outside your house, you have to wear a mask and got to wear gloves. You can drop dead from anything. So I can kind of see that, but I'm trying to get on a transplant list in Orlando for a kidney alone. And number one, when you're on the list, they check you anywhere from every week to every month for your antibodies. Really? The antibodies have to match. And matter of fact, when you get the call to go to the transplant, we got a kidney for you, get up here, Mike. They'll check your antibodies right then and there, and then check it against the kidney that they have. All right, so there's a lot involved in it. And let me state now, I'm still immunosuppressed for the transplanted pancreas, which is a miracle. No more diabetes, no more damage. But wow. So I still take anti-rejection meds, and oh shit, I forgot what. Oh, sorry about that.
Hey! Watch the swears.
I said, let's go, Brandon.
Okay, yes. Let's go, Brandon. Well done.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm fascinated by all this. Can I ask your age range? How old might you be, or how old of a range might you be?
I'm 58 years old.
Okay. So, and do you consider your kidney transplant a second chance on life kidney and pancreas transplant?
Well, yeah, because the first time around was truly a miracle. I spent 3 months in Tampa General recovering. I almost died. They sent me home. I had to be back. You got to be back 3 times a week for the first month, twice a week for the second month, once a week for the third month. Then they cut you loose to your home nephrologist, kidney doctor. Well, the first time I went back, they had to admit me because nobody could get a blood pressure reading. And 2 days later, when they were finally able to get a blood pressure reading on it, it was like 37/13.
That's not good. That's a little low. Even I know that's a little low. Okay, so Mike, you're waiting on a kidney because the one that you got transplanted is out. It's done. You need a kidney, and this could be your third chance. After you got back into a normal routine, could you work? Is your life back to semi-normal status for a 58-year-old guy?
Well, yeah, but I'm also blind. Both the kidney disease and the blindness are due to diabetes. So I'm blind, and it's unless you want a government job working for the IRS hires boatloads of blind people, and I didn't want to go down. And I know many blind people who retired from the IRS. All right, and they couldn't stand it because they had them auditing farmers and basically break backs of these farmers. Yeah.
I've got big problems with the IRS. That's another issue. Your story is fascinating. I'm glad. I hope you get that replacement kidney soon, because that third chance is one that I hope you'll take advantage of. But I'm going to give you a reading assignment. There's a guy also happens to be blind. His name is Jim Stovall. He's a friend of mine. Jim was on his path to be an Olympic weightlifter. And at the age of 17, during a routine physical, they found out he was going to be blind very soon. So he knew he was going to be blind. He lost completely. He's blind. The guy can't do anything. He couldn't be a weightlifter. But Jim Stovall has written more than 50 books. He created the narrative television network that narrates TV and movies so people with vision issues can hear them and understand it. And he's proof that kind of disruption doesn't take everything away from you. So if you're able to have someone pick up Jim Stovall's, he's got books on tape too, Winner's Wisdom. He's at jimstovall.com. He is the most inspiring blind man I've ever met in my life. And I think he offers inspiration to everybody, people like me and people who are facing challenges like you. I want you to understand that this is the greatest. You probably know this, the greatest country in the world, and you've been given a second chance and now a third chance. And we certainly hope you take every advantage of that third chance. And I just one more quick question, Mike. I'm up against a time issue here. If let's say someone had a kidney and you had the wherewithal to purchase it, is it ethically okay to purchase an organ from a healthy person?
Well, all I can say is tell Jake I'll buy his for $350.
$350. Okay. The offer's out there, Jake. Mike, thank you. God bless you, man. Keep up the good fight, and realize how fortunate you are, how lucky you are to be where you are. Because if you were pretty much anywhere else, it'd be different.
Oh, man. You ain't kidding.
Yeah. God bless you, man. There he goes. Wow, what a story. Kidney and pancreas transplant, and the diabetes is no joke, and hypertension, no joke. So this guy seems to have a pretty good attitude. Glad he's out there listening. I'm very glad he's there. If anyone wants to weigh in on this discussion, you're more than welcome to 239-479-5592. I mentioned the Jake Tapper story. And I also mentioned before the break, and we heard it in the news, the Nobel Peace Prize being shared by two journalists. I have a theory on this. I think I understand what the Nobel Committee was doing. I think the Nobel Committee knew that people like Donald Trump deserved the Nobel Peace Prize. Look at everything he did, all the peace accords in the Middle East, everything he did. We didn't have anybody in North Korea firing missiles while Donald Trump was in office, and now the little rocket man is firing again. Donald Trump deserved it, and they stiffed him on it. So a big "Let's Go Brandon" chant out to the people from the Nobel Peace Prize. The guys who deserved it didn't get it, but by giving it to a journalist in the Philippines, where free speech is regularly suppressed, and to a person who runs a journalistic enterprise newspaper in Russia, yeah, those are people who are trying to get the word out. I can support that. I think it goes back to more pure nature of the Nobel Peace Prize than the political elements of the Nobel Peace Prize, and I'm good with that. As I said, we'll get to the Jake Tapper story. Tapper is under fire for being a journalist, speaking of journalism, and just an interesting coinky-dink about the debt ceiling that I discovered in a historical review of my own Facebook feed. Somebody was really against the debt ceiling back in 2006. I'll explain just around the corner. It is Daybreak without Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Happy Friday, everyone. Still watching a crash on the Sanibel Causeway. Going to be about an 11-minute delay onto the island, but still 5 minutes off. No injuries or roadblock. Speaking of delays, the Midpoint Bridge, you know what time it is this time of day. Always very backed up, pretty much across the bridge. If you want to go somewhere faster, maybe take the Cape Coral Bridge, get you where you need to go. Also seeing lots of delays on Daniels Parkway, per usual this time of day. If you're heading southwest on Daniels, speed's going to be around 13 miles per hour on average. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another day featuring more scattered areas of rain and thunderstorms. A few showers remain possible throughout this morning, but the better chance for storms will come after about 2 p.m. today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures topping off near about 90 degrees. We keep with a few areas of rain and thunderstorms into the early evening hours and perhaps even after sunset. Things winding down as we head into tonight with a low of 75 degrees as we kick off your Saturday. More scattered storms for tomorrow with the high of 89 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. Monitor, analyze, even stimulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
COVID is spiking again, and it's just not clear how to keep your family safe. Fever is the leading symptom of COVID, and the only way to reliably detect it is with an accurate thermometer. Be vigilant and be accurate with the Exergen Temporal Scanner, whose accuracy has been proven in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They are proven to be inaccurate and will not reliably detect a fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Joe Biden wants one of the biggest tax increases ever. Now, experts warn these massive tax increases will wreck the economy. This week, Sean Spicer and Lindsay Keith warn of Biden's tax madness. Each week, Spicer & Company talks to the experts so you can protect your money. Watch Sean Spicer every evening on Newsmax. Find it on every major cable system, most streaming services, or download the smartphone app now. Watch Spicer & Company and Newsmax for the news you need to know.
Drew
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Just about 8 minutes before 8. It's a Friday. Hello, Southwest Florida. Mike Opelka in for Drew Steele today. Jake and I were talking during the break, and I'm looking for advice on the proper way to eat a kiwi. I was told I don't have high blood pressure, but I'm flirting with it. And I was told that there are certain foods that will lower high blood pressure. So I'm trying to be smarter. And among those foods, most of them kind of boring. It's stuff that you think, it's pistachios and pomegranate juice and all that kind of stuff. But kiwi was on there. And I bought a bunch of kiwis, and it was I'm trying to figure out the right way. And I asked Jake, the millennial. He said, just grab it and bite into it. That's the hairy things, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're a little fuzzy, but is there, could you slice it and you make a little kiwi slices? I'm not real partial to the hair thing. And I have another friend who said, just cut the top off and get a spoon and eat it like you're spooning out a soft-boiled egg. So that's the choice I've taken. If you have a thought on that, you're welcome to share at 239-479-5592. We were talking about the ethics of selling organs and kidney transplants. And Frank said, hey, I got some background on this. Frank's in Naples. Hello, Frank. Welcome to Daybreak.
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Well, you tell me, am I holding up the fine standards of Drew Steele's program here?
Absolutely. Always enjoy you filling in. Do a great job.
Thank you, sir.
But I have to tell you, unfortunately, in 1989, my son was born with a very rare infantile kidney affliction. It's actually one of the most common adult kidney disorders called polycystic kidney disease. And when it occurs in an infant, they said it was 300,000 to 1 in kidney patients. So fortunately, though, I was in the city of Chicago, and he received his first transplant at 9 months old at University of Chicago Hospital in 1989.
Wow.
And I'm getting a little choked up because, Mike, I got to tell you, I'm very fortunate. I'm blessed. He's going to be 32 in 2 weeks. He's
Get out.
He's had 2 more transplants. First one lasted just short of a year. Second one, almost 4 more years. And the last one was living related from my wife, my ex-wife, actually. But no, he's doing great. And the other fact I wanted to chime in was that the only country that does not have a waiting list for organs is Iran because of the fact they allow you to sell your organs.
Jeez.
And that's the only country I know of that does it, but there is no waiting list. You're able to sell your organs. Now, I was just contemplating that as, father of a recipient of 3 transplants. I'm not really in favor of that due to the fact you start putting a dollar value in there. Who's going to get it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't like that, And, I don't know if you're aware. If you're younger, your odds are a lot better at getting a transplant, obviously. I've heard some statistics. After 5 years, if you haven't got one, it doesn't look good, if you've waited 5 years or longer. And I also know the fact that over 5,000 people a day die that are potential donors that don't donate their organs. So I guess the bigger picture is, how do we promote some donor awareness and get the ball moving in that direction? Because there's a lot of stigma. People have these, conjugations that they're not going to be all the way dead or whatever. And it's just not like that. So there's a lot of...
If you're not an organ donor, you should consider it. And if Frank's story alone is reason enough. And his child, 32 years, going to celebrate shortly now, Frank?
He's going to be 32 on the 22nd of this month. And Mike, they told us when they diagnosed him at 3 weeks old that the last known case was out of the country, but they were doing things different. They had all the information before the child passed. And I'm thinking,
Wow.
What? What are you saying before the child passed? What are you telling me?
Yeah.
And when he reached a year old, they said, man, when he hit 3, when he made it to 10, he's rewrote medical books, literally.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm almost out of time, but I have to ask you. Now your ex-wife is the one who donated the current kidney that he's got.
Correct.
Did she ever say, like George, who's the comedian? George Lopez's wife, who gave him a kidney, that she wanted it back?
No, she's great. She takes care of him. Consequently, he had some undiagnosed autism in there because of the kidney problem. So he's considered disabled from that.
Okay. I'm up against a hard wall here, Frank. God bless you, man. And strength to your son. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak on 92.5 Fox News.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
If you needed heart surgery, who would you call? A doctor who's done it every day or a doctor who's done it once a year? The same is true about your erectile dysfunction. At the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, our Florida physicians focus on one thing: solving your ED. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, prostate cancer, these all contribute to your ED. And our physicians at the Fort Myers Men's Clinic know how to solve your problems. We have over 50 different custom formulations tailored just for you. You get to try the medication containing FDA-approved ingredients right in our office. Your total cost for the consultation, test dose, testosterone, and PSA test is only $99. If the test dose doesn't work, you pay us nothing. So you have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Call now. 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777. And move from skeptic to believer. 317-7777, 317-7777, or online at fortmyersmensclinic.com.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here of Duncan's Diamonds. People come into our store here in Southwest Florida and are amazed by the selection of beautiful fine jewelry and at exceptional prices. At Duncan's Diamonds, I will make sure personally that we give you the finest quality at the best possible prices. We get very excited about diamonds and are here to help you find that special diamond. We have the largest selection of magnificent and exclusive designer styles for you to choose from. Also, if you find a diamond or style on the internet, bring in a picture and we will get it or make it exactly to your specifications. And our prices and quality will exceed your expectations. I personally guarantee it. At Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere, or any place, and you can count on it. Come in and see us in Fort Myers on US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and in Naples at the Mercado Shopping Center.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Reconciliation tool underway to pass a spending bill without GOP support. Democrats reject that, setting up another likely debt limit showdown later this year.
Fox's Jared Halpern. The House will vote on the bill Tuesday. Later this hour, we'll get the September jobs report expected to show a surge in hiring, about 500,000 new jobs with a slight decline in the unemployment rate. The day after President Biden pushed more companies to require workers to get a COVID vaccine.
More people are getting vaccinated. More lives are being saved. Let's be clear. When you see headlines and reports of mass firings and hundreds of people losing their jobs, look at the bigger story.
The Nobel Peace Prize was awarded this morning to 2 journalists. Fox's Simon Owen explains why live.
Dave, the Peace Prize has been won by reporters who took on the presidents of Russia
and the Philippines.
Journalism has never been as important as it is today, and yet it is so difficult to do the job.
One of the winners, Maria Ressa, who runs Philippine website Rappler, says she's shocked.
I guess what this just shows is that that the Nobel Peace Prize Committee realized that a world without facts means a world without truth and trust.
Ressa shares the award with Dmitry Muratov, who edits one of Russia's most prominent independent newspapers. Dave?
Simon, an attack in Afghanistan at a mosque during Friday prayers. A bombing caused at least 28 deaths, according to a Taliban official. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
Happy Friday, everyone. Still watching a crash on the Sanibel Causeway. Going to be about an 11-minute delay onto the island, but still 5 minutes off. No injuries or roadblock. Speaking of delays, the Midpoint Bridge, you know what time it is this time of day. Always very backed up, pretty much across the bridge. If you want to go somewhere faster, maybe take the Cape Coral Bridge, get you where you need to go. Also seeing lots of delays on Daniels Parkway, per usual this time of day. If you're heading southwest on Daniels, speed's going to be around 13 miles per hour on average. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll keep with this wetter weather pattern through today and into your Saturday. Look out for some areas of rain, a possibility at least throughout this morning, with scattered thunderstorms developing, especially after 2 p.m. today, with some heavy downpours and certainly some lightning. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 90 degrees as we head into this evening. A few areas of rain and thunderstorms lingering on, though things should be winding down a bit more as we head into your Saturday morning. Though stray shower can't be ruled out to kick off tomorrow. A mild start tomorrow with a low of 75 degrees, more scattered thunderstorms for your Saturday afternoon with the high of 89 degrees, though we should be a little bit drier as we head into Sunday to end out the weekend with just some isolated rain. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak.
Well, it's not Drew Steele. It's Mike Opelka. I'm usually here around 8:30 every Friday, and Drew and I hang out and take on the news of the day and some of the stories that are bothering me, some of the stories that are inspiring me. But I've been here all day, and thank you for joining me. Talk or text 239-479-5592, 239-479-5592. Got to say hello to one of my buddies just sent me a message listening in the Fort Myers, Naples area, the great Ralphie. Ralphie, how are you, buddy? Glad you're out there. I hope you're having fun. One of my old coworkers from my crazy radio days in morning radio in New York City. It's a busy day. Yeah, we have to deal with the fact that Mitch McConnell caved. That's the word the Democrats are using. I live in Delaware. My Senator Chris Coons, one of them, jumped on the McConnell caved bandwagon 2 days ago. Elizabeth Warren's using it too. So we handed the Democrats a moral victory. Let's hope it's a Pyrrhic victory. And that when the December deadline comes, that we have our ducks in a row. We have our plan. We prevent them from moving forward with their attempts to remake, fundamentally transform this country. It's very disturbing. It's very disconcerting to me. I mentioned something about the debt ceiling, and that just maybe you will remember this, that I think it was 2006 that 2006 we had a senator who said, I'm not crazy about the debt ceiling. I think it's bad for America to put all of this debt on the backs of the kids, the grandkids, all of the next several generations. As a matter of fact, it's in the congressional record. Let me read it for you. Headline: Increasing the statutory limit on public debt. That's the debt ceiling. They have fancy terms in D.C. Increasing America's debt weakens us domestically and internationally. I could not agree more. Increasing our debt weakens us domestically and internationally. Domestically, it causes the price of everything to rise because it weakens our currency. It weakens the dollar. Dollar's worth less. Internationally, well, when people like China hold a giant chunk of our debt, that leaves us beholden to them. So that's the statement. Increasing America's debt weakens us domestically and internationally. I could not agree more. Leadership means that, quote, the buck stops here, close quote. That was on Harry Truman's desk in the Oval Office. He had that little plaque on the Resolute desk. It said the buck stops here. Joe Biden, when he speaks from the Oval Office, isn't in the Oval Office. He's in a building on the grounds of the White House, but it's not in the White House. A lot of people have likened it to the Truman Show. He's got a set. That's where he got his booster shot, and it's fake. The whole thing is fake. It's kind of a perfect analogy for his presidency. It's all staged. Back to this statement from the congressional record on increasing the debt ceiling. It weakens us domestically and internationally. Leadership means that the buck stops here. Washington is shifting the burden of bad choices today onto the backs of our children and grandchildren. America has a debt problem and a failure of leadership. Americans deserve better. I therefore intend to oppose the effort to increase America's debt limit. Signed, Barack Obama, March 16, 2006. Now, I haven't put this into the fact-checking machine. I believe this is accurate. Barack Obama, and that might have been the first and only time I agreed with him. Possibly the first and only time I agree with him. Ever. So I'm just stunned that this happened. And there must be some kind of political reason, some kind of polling reason that Mitch McConnell allowed this to happen. That maybe the GOP was worried that they were going to be losing the argument. Because right now, if you look at this right now, Biden's in trouble. Biden and the Democrats are in deep trouble for next year. And Biden's entire agenda was hanging in the balance. Letting the debt ceiling expire may have caused that to completely collapse. But there was also, I guess, the risk that the economy would be further injured. And after all the time we've had, that injury could be consequential beyond anyone's expectations or understanding. So I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning. Maybe McConnell will speak further today. I doubt it. But there's Mitch McConnell and 10 other members of the GOP who voted with him. Lindsey Graham's very ticked off. I know Senator Kennedy of Louisiana is absolutely beside himself. So we'll get to that. But now I've been teasing this Jake Tapper story. Jake Tapper was trending on Twitter the other day. Jake Tapper, and initially I thought maybe it's because he interviewed Monica Lewinsky. Monica Lewinsky, I don't have to explain who she is. You know. Her last name became a verb during the Clinton era. And Monica Lewinsky is also part of this Fox impeachment movie, miniseries, whatever you want to call it. It is so boring. It is really boring. I'm sorry, Fox, you lost me on this one. This was a bad move. And they gave Monica Lewinsky control. They gave her control of content and input. And now she's making the press rounds, so she's out talking to Jake Tapper because Jake Tapper went on a date with Monica Lewinsky years ago, before the whole blue dress thing. So there is a connection. It was a one-date thing, but it's always been out there. The story's out there, and they decided to capitalize on it. So Jake Tapper, I thought he was trending on Twitter because of that. He wasn't. He was trending on Twitter because he dared to speak the truth. Jake Tapper dared to be a journalist. He dared to actually have journalism break out at CNN. And people want him fired. The left wants Jake Tapper in a box now somewhere. They want him isolated. They want him sent to the Russian front. Here's what Jake Tapper said. 44.7 seconds of Jake Tapper that lit the hair on fire on many on the left.
These new poll numbers, frankly, are brutal for the president. In this brand new Quinnipiac poll, only 38% of Americans approve of how Biden is handling his job compared to 53% who disapprove.
So that was the opening salvo. He called the Quinnipiac poll brutal for Joe Biden. Now, if you don't know, Quinnipiac typically skews to the left. Quinnipiac oversamples Democrats by about 5 percentage points, so usually it skews even further left. But this was a bad start. Joe Biden underwater. But in the specific categories, it gets even worse.
That's the lowest approval rating Biden has had since taking office. Another striking number, only 39% of Americans approve of Biden's handling of the economy.
No kidding. No kidding. 39%, not even 40% overall. Now, he still claims support from Democrats and no support from Republicans, but the independents are leaving him in droves. Continue, Jake Tapper.
55% say they disapprove of the job he's doing on the economy. And when asked, is Joe Biden an honest president? 44% of Americans say yes. 50%, a plurality, say no.
I give you my word as a Biden. Well, now we know what that means. It means no. It's terrible. It's not my word. It's not my word. It's not worth anything.
And one of the most damning results of all, more than half of the American people, 55%, say the Biden administration is not competent in running the government. 42% says the administration is.
An overwhelming majority of the people surveyed by Quinnipiac say that the Biden administration, which is Joe Biden, because you have to say that, that's the guy who's leading, is the one who gets the blame. Again, the fish begins to stink from the head. He's not competent. He's not competent. How many times do we have to say it? He's not competent. The guy is not competent. And yet we give him a pass. Yet the Democrats are going to keep him there because he's their guy. And again, I worry, what the hell would we be dealing with if we had Kamala, God forbid, as the president? That's the option. That's the scary option. America's catching on, though. America's waking up. I guess ebullient, is that the correct SAT word? I'm ebullient about the future. I'm excited because these poll numbers show us that the majority of America and a giant chunk of independents are not supporting Joe Biden because he's incompetent, because he doesn't tell the truth, and because they realize the mainstream media is doing everything it can to prop him up after they did everything they could to destroy Donald Trump. Absolutely true. You need to look no further than the COVID mortality rates and the deaths from COVID. No further. At this point, 9 months into his presidency, Joe Biden has had more Americans die from COVID than Donald Trump did. More than half of the COVID deaths are now happening under the Biden administration. And the media is silent after what they did to Donald Trump. We'll get into this after the break. You want to join the conversation? 239-479-5592. I'm also looking for additional bright spots, other things you see that makes you feel confident that America will survive the current morass that we find ourselves engulfed in. 239-479-5592. It's Mike Opelka in for Drew Steele on Daybreak on 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Happy Friday, everyone. Still watching a crash on the Sanibel Causeway. Going to be about an 11-minute delay onto the island, but still 5 minutes off. No injuries or roadblock. Speaking of delays, the Midpoint Bridge, you know what time it is this time of day. Always very backed up, pretty much across the bridge. You want to go somewhere faster, maybe take the Cape Coral Bridge, get you where you need to go. Also seeing lots of delays on Daniels Parkway, per usual this time of day. If you're heading southwest on Daniels, speed's going to be around 13 miles per hour on average. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another day featuring more scattered areas of rain and thunderstorms. A few showers remain possible throughout this morning, but the better chance for storms will come after about 2 p.m. today. Look for a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures topping off near about 90 degrees. We keep with a few areas of rain and thunderstorms into the early evening hours and perhaps even after sunset. Things winding down as we head into tonight with a low of 75 degrees as we kick off your Saturday. More scattered storms for tomorrow with the high of 89 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 System Saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
This is a message for all men. Look, my family doctor said my ED was incurable. There was nothing anyone could do but perform surgery. My wife was supportive. She told me it wasn't important and there were other things we could do, but deep down, I knew she was disappointed. I felt less of a man, less of a husband. I was embarrassed. I heard the ads for the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, and I thought to myself, how can the doctors at that clinic claim to resolve my erectile dysfunction in 15 minutes or less? So I called, made an appointment, my wife went with me, and let me say, my doctor was wrong. We have regained our intimacy. They can help. No matter your age or your condition, $99 for a doctor consultation and a test dose of the medication can help. Call now, 239-317-7777, 317-7777, 317-7777, or FortMyersMen'sClinic.com. And be sure to ask about the incredible Pulse ED, known to increase stamina, sensitivity, and even size.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It is 8:23 on this Friday. Daybreak. Mike Opelka in for Drew Steele today. A lot going on, and I'm trying to get more information, more updated information on the United States nuclear submarine, the USS Connecticut, which suffered an underwater collision in the South China Sea, and we're not hearing a lot about it. And we have sailors that were injured. The U.S. Naval Institute has updates on almost a dozen sailors injured in the nuclear sub, hitting an unknown underwater object. I don't trust China at all. Seawolf class nuclear attack submarine. So this is an attack sub. I hope we get an update on this. Pray for the men and women in our military, especially those who are dealing with China. We have troops on the ground in Taiwan who've been there for a year, apparently, and we're just hearing about it now. They've been apparently counseling, preparing, advising the Taiwanese military on how to deal with China. I wish we had a president strong enough to stare down Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh, and say, cut it out. You're going to stop this. I know Donald Trump would have, but Sleepy Joe is not going to do that. So then, trying to get down off the ledge here, I asked Jake, hey, what's going on with the Gabby Petito laundry case? Have they found laundry? And Jake, like seconds before we're supposed to come on air, Jake drops this news biscuit on me. And like, wait, what was that? Go ahead and explain it, Jake.
Right,
what did you say?
All right, so there's drone footage of, what's this guy's name? Brian Laundrie's parents in the backyard. And there's two makeshift gardens, right? And she walks over to one of them with a pink basket. Okay, there's not really anything garden-wise in the basket, and it's almost like an Easter basket. She pulls something out of the basket and puts it, and someone pulls it out of the garden. You can see the hand come up out of the garden, pull it, and then the thing is, the dad notices the drone as soon as they do the handoff. He points at the drone, then they both look at the drone, and then they walk away. My question is, if you're gardening and you see a drone or whatever, you're just going to continue doing what you were doing. And then, like, how do you explain the hand that came out of the garden? And then when you look at the gardens, you can see that they were handmade with 2x4s. And there's just a very thin layer of like sod or soil over top. I don't know. I could be crazy, but I'm just saying.
So when you say gardens, you're really talking like large planters with wooden supports around them, framing it?
Think about probably like a 6x6, like flat with 2x4s around the edge of it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it's flat on the ground. It's not elevated at all.
Yeah. Okay.
So
do you believe Brian Laundrie is hiding underneath wood chips or some kind of mulch?
Well, it is known that a lot of northern Florida homes have old Cold War era bunker shelters, possibly.
Well, we got to talk about this. Yeah, we're running out of time on this one. Does anybody have a bomb shelter? Kennedy pushed them during the Cold War. We should talk about that. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak with Opelka in for Steel.
This is Daybreak.
92.5 Fox News.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
It is a lot of fun when you invite people over your house and tell them to drink out of any faucet that they would like because you get your Pentair water system that is there. And as a matter of fact, even confidently saying, hey, check out the water diagnosis that I did here. And you can see for yourself how fantastic my water is. Look, there's a big difference with Pentair water diagnosis that you will get with Pentair water solutions. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. My buddy Max is the best. Pentair uses the same digital testing equipment as the EPA to test that water. So you don't get some hardware store test tubes, dyes, and all that stuff. You can see the results printed out right in front of you. And for a recommendation that you can trust, you bet that Pentair Water Solutions has it. So why not give them a call, 239-880-7799, and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis now. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. Max is waiting. Give him a call now. Don't leave him waiting, okay? 239-880-7799 or book it online at pentair.com/FortM.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. When I was a kid, you could drive a go-kart down Cypress Lake Drive and never pass a car. Now, I can't even see the sidewalk from the traffic. Southwest Florida has really grown, and the choice for air conditioning contractors has grown with it. When you're looking for a contractor, find a local family-owned business with the owner as the license holder. Use only companies with NATE certified mechanics, the only true certification in this business. Use families that invest locally and not conglomerates owned by some foreign international company. In other words, use Kobe Cooling. Call us at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 11 Republicans joined Democrats, allowing a vote to raise the nation's borrowing limit just for a few weeks.
The Senate has approved a $480 billion increase in the debt ceiling. It will now go to the House. The $480 billion increase is enough to keep the Treasury borrowing and spending going through at least early December. If it had failed, the U.S. could have defaulted on its debt in less than 2 weeks.
Fox's Matt Finn. The Nobel Peace Prize goes to two journalists, Dmitry Muratov from Russia and Maria Ressa from the Philippines. And even with a federal judge on Wednesday blocking enforcement of new abortion restrictions in Texas, some providers are holding off for now, others are not.
We reached out to some of the patients that we had on a waiting list to come in to have abortions.
Amy Hagstrom Miller is the founder of Whole Woman's Health, which operates 4 clinics in Texas. The law had allowed for civil lawsuits against anyone helping a woman get an abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. The state of Texas is appealing to have the block overturned. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Happy Friday, everyone. Still watching a crash on the Sanibel Causeway. Going to be about an 11-minute delay onto the island, but still 5 minutes off. No injuries or roadblock. Speaking of delays, the Midpoint Bridge, you know what time it is this time of day. Always very backed up pretty much across the bridge. If you want to go somewhere faster, maybe take the Cape Coral Bridge, get you where you need to go. Also seeing lots of delays on Daniels Parkway per usual this time of day. If you're heading southwest on Daniels, speed's going to be around 13 miles per hour on average. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Friday as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll keep with this wetter weather pattern through today and into your Saturday. Look out for some areas of rain, a possibility at least throughout this morning with scattered thunderstorms developing, especially after 2 p.m. today with some heavy downpours and certainly some lightning. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 90 degrees as we head into this evening. A few areas of rain and thunderstorms lingering on, though things should be winding down a bit more as we head into your Saturday morning. Though stray shower can't be ruled out to kick off tomorrow. A mild start tomorrow with a low of 75 degrees, more scattered thunderstorms for your Saturday afternoon with the high of 89 degrees, though we should be a little bit drier as we head into Sunday to end out the weekend with just some isolated rain. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports. Plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It is Friday. It is 8:36, and this is the time that Mike Opelka usually shows up here on Daybreak with Drew Steele. But Drew Steele's not here, so I've been here all day. Where have you been? Glad you're here. Happy to be here. Thrilled to be here. This audience always lifts me up. And we were talking, and we'll get back to things that lift you up. We were talking before the break about Brian Laundrie. And Jake has now taken me way down a rabbit hole with this drone video that purports to show Brian Laundrie's parents in their backyard with some kind of planting area and handing something to a hand that appears to be coming from beneath the surface of the earth. So, Jake, is it your contention, and you've done considerable study because you said you have to watch the video, and there's a Twitter link I'll put out on my tweet, on my Twitter account shortly. Stunt Brain is my Twitter account. You can look up Mike Opelka. It'll show up. Are you claiming, after careful examination, that you believe Brian Laundrie is somewhere subterranean, living underneath the family house?
All right, so let's put it like this: the beds, the yes, I am, theoretically speaking. The only proof that is available is the hand that comes out, and it's kind of, the video is blurry. It's a drone footage, plus the video has probably been shared a bunch of times, so it's going to degrade the quality of it. But as far as I can tell, according to the person who flew the drone, the garden beds are fairly new. They're very recent. What they would be covering, I don't really know how. I don't know if he's living in just like a small manhole, but it does appear that they were handing off something to someone within the flower bed.
Where do you stand on the Zapruder film? Did it show proof of a second shooter in the JFK assassination?
The Zapruder film, it made me believe that he was most definitely shot by the driver.
Okay. The driver, not Lee Harvey Oswald.
Well, yes.
Okay. So I have to discount everything you say because it's all conspiracy. What about Area 51? Are we housing aliens out in Area 51?
No, I actually believe that this the Earth that we live on is a giant terrarium that we're not actually allowed to leave, and the only way you can leave is through Area 51, and that's why they keep it closed off.
So what about the people who went to the moon, the 12 Americans, and we're the only ones who've been there and come back? What about those folks?
Good job to them. They made it to the moon and back. I can't prove that they did or they didn't. I mean, I would sound like a fool if I said they didn't, and I'd sound like a fool if I said they did to some people. So, I mean, I don't really know. I'm not an expert, not a scientist. I do find it a little weird that NASA comes out and says, we don't have the technology to go back to the moon. Okay. If that's the case, then.
But we're going back, and China's going. China, we believe China's there. Russia's going. India's going, for gosh sakes. Biden's going to want to build high-speed rail to take us there.
Isn't that the Tower of Babel? Wasn't that in the Bible?
Yeah, yes, it is. Jacob's Ladder, I think you're talking about. Not necessarily the Tower of Babel. Maybe, we'll see. Anyway, there's so much going on today, and I'm just mystified by your analysis of this story because, Dog the Bounty Hunters there. You got people up in the Appalachian Trail who swear they see this guy. I don't think he's in the country. I'm going to go on record right now that saying when the parents put forth this theory that he went hiking, and that was 3 days after anyone had seen him or heard that he was at the family home, that he had already left, driven across Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, and left the country. I don't think he's in America anymore. So you can determine how you feel about that. Now, there is another story that's caught my attention today, and it is the New York Times, which the Democrats call the paper of record. We call it the bottom of the birdcage. The New York Times is pushing 6 different designs for a new American flag. Do we need a new American flag? Seriously, people, do we need a new American flag? Is a new American flag required? I would think it's only required if we have a new state added or two. Now, if you add one state and take it to 51, if Puerto Rico should become a state, and a lot of people are advocating for that, a lot of people are advocating against it, you have to redesign the flag because you have to add a star, right? Thankfully, 51 states is not a prime number. 51, not a prime number. Would you do 3 rows of 17 in the usual format, or would you do 17 rows of 3? You would have to have a new flag then. But if we stay the 50, I don't think we needed to change the flag. I would leave it exactly the way it is. Just me. No? Okay. I mean, you can weigh in on it. 239-479-5592, 239-479-5592. The New York Times, as reported in the Daily Wire, which is a great website. If you're not going there, you should. The New York Times pushing 6 redesigns. One, they say, quote, represents America surrendering to its fall from power and loss of the ideals it once stood for. Close quote. That's what the New York Times is saying. I'm not giving in. I'm not giving up. My America is still here. My America is still available. My America is still the greatest country on the planet. My America is still the one that brought a vaccine to the rest of the world. My America, as we said earlier, is still the only nation that's been to the moon and back safely. We did it 6 times. So, New York Times, yes, let's go, Brandon. New York Times, I'm chanting, let's go, Brandon, at you. It's just insane. Do these people, are they crazy? Oh, speaking of someone who has a different opinion, Mikey's on the phone in Nobel. Hello, Mikey. Welcome to the program.
Hey, I always enjoy your show, but man, I always like when you fill in for Drew. But to say that we made it to the moon, I mean, that's lying to ourselves.
And back 6 times.
No. Okay, let me tell you why. Right? Okay, so there's this thing around the Earth called the Van Allen belt. And it's this big wave of electromagnetic radiation that we didn't fully understand until years after we supposedly said we went to the moon. So NASA's excuse on that was, there was shielding. But then it was proven that the shielding was insufficient to protect against the Van Allen belt. So NASA had to come back and say, we just went through it so fast that the radiation didn't kill the astronauts. Well, that's okay on the way there, but on the way back, it was significantly slower. So they would have been cooked on arrival on their way back. And just one more point on that is we haven't been to the moon since. No other country has been to the moon, and the furthest that any astronaut has been was the recent Dragon launch that was done by Elon Musk that was just outside of the range of the International Space Station. But why?